What is up, YouTube? I would like to talk about what I believe is one of the best shows of all time. And really, that's just because I love it, but also because a few people that everyone that I know who knows of the show likes it. And a few people that I know that's never heard of the show a day in their life, and I was sitting down watching and they started watching with me, they immediately got hooked on it right then and there, just with one episode with me. So I do truly believe for that fact that it is the best show ever. And this show is a show called Teen Wolf, not to be confused with the movie of Teen Wolf. The movie was alright. It's not the same thing at all. Two completely different things. The movie is about a boy that is a wolf. He's born a wolf. His family's wolves. And once he becomes a certain age, he starts inheriting his wolf aspects, and it like skips a generation or whatever. So his dad's not a wolf, but he is a wolf. And his grandfather was a wolf. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. And he plays basketball. But this one, the TV show, is about a boy named Scott Summers who is with his friend. What was his friend's name? Crap. I can't remember his friend's name. But anyways, it's a boy named Scott Summers who is walking through the woods with his friend one night, trying to figure out why so many people are going missing. He's like, people are being killed, people are going missing. And his friend is actually the son of a sheriff, and he's constantly wanting to go inspect the crime scenes that his father inspects. And his father constantly tells him no. Later, he does become a cop himself. So they're going through the woods one night trying to figure out what's happening, and Scott hears a wolf howl and and that same night gets bitten by the alpha. The only way you can turn into a wolf is if you are bitten by an alpha. If you are bitten by a regular wolf, a beta or a omega. An omega is a lone wolf, which is the weakest type of wolf. Which Scott becomes an omega, but he's still strong, he's still powerful. And the reason for this is because he's in the process of becoming a true alpha. And what a true alpha is, it is a omega that does not have a pack, and through the sheer force of willpower, slowly starts becoming a alpha. But the only way they can become an alpha is if they never kill, if they never attack a human or anything like that. If they never kill, they become a true alpha. And there hasn't been a true alpha in years. Most alphas get their powers from killing another alpha. So the fact that he's a true alpha, he's potentially the strongest. Once he becomes a werewolf, he's potentially the strongest werewolf ever, and his pack becomes the strongest pack ever. If you are a lone wolf, normally you would be weak and you couldn't defend yourself, because each wolf gains powers off of the other, gains strength off the other, gains speed off the other. The bigger the pack, the more powerful they are. And it goes saying, like, strength in numbers. He's like, not exactly. You literally become stronger and faster and better. Your pack literally becomes stronger and faster and better. It's just the way it is. Um, which I found awesome. Like, and so Scott becomes an alpha, and later on, Derek is the one that's training him to be able to kill the alpha, but Derek wants to kill the alpha himself. Derek kills the alpha, therefore making it where Scott can't become human anymore. The cure is if you basically if you kill the alpha that bit you, which is incredibly hard to do because you naturally start growing you start being connected to them. You start wanting to do everything they want you to do. It is almost impossible to kill your own alpha. If you kill your own alpha, it's basically the cure to becoming human again. If you kill another alpha, then you become an alpha. But it has to be the alpha that bit you, and you have to be the one to kill it. But so Derek, after this point, he killed the alpha. He betrayed Scott. Scott no longer likes him, but Scott starts being drawn back to him. He's like, "Hey man, you messed up. Okay, I understand why you did what you did. We're still friends." They later work things out, and then they get angry at each other again, and then work things out. Later on, they just stay with things worked out through the next 4 seasons, and just stay friends. But Tyler Lockwood is no, is that his name? I feel like that's one of the names of one of the dudes from Vampire Diaries. No, what's his friend's name? Crap. But anyways, his best friend hates Derek altogether up until the last few seasons. Like, he never stops hating Derek. And then finally it's just like, okay, there are worse people out there. I need to stop hating you after literally the last few seasons. And later on, you're introduced to other types of creatures that come from being bit by an alpha. Sometimes, depending on your personality, you might not always become a werewolf. This one dude, because he's a dude, he doesn't really strive for a pack. He just strives for a friend. He becomes a snake-like creature, and pretty much anybody who says it's only ever one person. If that person abandons him, and then someone else goes like, "Hey, I want to be your friend," whoever basically is like, "I will help you out," the snake-like creature becomes loyal to them. I forgot what it's called though. Amagi or something like that. But he's basically, he don't look like a snake at all. He walks on 2 legs. He has 2 arms. His claws have venom in them, much like a snake's teeth does. He has a tail, and he's scaly. But anybody who basically says he's his friend is controlled by him. However, there is a way that he can become a wolf. I forgot what the way was. there's a way he eventually becomes a wolf again, but he still has parts of the, I think it's called a Amalgi, is what it's called, the snake-like creature. Um, he can willingly grow a tail like a snake. He can willingly show his snake eyes, like, but it's only pieces of him that he can do that with. He can't fully turn into one of them. But he can turn to a wolf on a full moon. And eventually he learns how to become a wolf anytime he wants, because if you train hard enough, you can keep yourself a human even on the full moon, by simply inflicting pain on yourself, or thinking about something or someone. Like Scott, the way he stays human is he thinks about Allison, which is his girlfriend, and later on she dies, and he's still able to stay human because I guess he finds another way to stay human, learns to control it before then. And then so the snake dude becomes a part of his pack. Anybody who becomes a part of his pact is not turned by him. I don't know why he doesn't turn anybody. I guess it's that fact that he doesn't want to be a killer, and even though he's not really killing someone, he still doesn't want to turn anybody. Anybody who comes into his pact are people who either are not werewolves. Like there's this girl that later comes to find out she's a banshee. Her grandmother was a banshee. She's a banshee. Her aunt was a banshee. Her mother's not a banshee. I don't know why, but her family's banshees, and so she's a banshee. And she becomes a part of Scott's pact. And if you don't know what a banshee is, it's basically someone who basically senses death. It is a creature that senses death and has screams so loud that it can kill a person if not careful. And they cry out anytime somebody dies, but she doesn't do that. She basically cries out whenever she's angry or hurt, or later she learns to control her power and just cries out. But she still has visions of people dying, and stuff like that. She's connected to death. So she becomes part of his pack. The snake dude becomes a part of his pack. These two werewolf twin brothers, who one's gay and later gets in a relationship with the snake dude, becomes a part of his pack. The other one's straight and he gets into a relationship with the banshee girl, but that's just briefly. They become part of his pack. Later on, you find out that there's more creatures with different powers. There's this eagle creature. I don't think it ever shows the creature. It just shows them using its claws to strengthen werewolves. Later on, you find out there are werewolves that are not true werewolves. They're created by scientists to stop the werewolves and kill the original werewolves. It's a really crazy show, and it's really awesome. It has a lot of depth into it, into the storyline, and it's a show that when I was living with my girlfriend, I had gotten all the way up to season 4 of it. I believe there was like 8 seasons. I got into season 4 of it, and she had come in the living room one night. I was asleep in the living room, of course, we weren't married, so we weren't sleeping in the same room together. Um, I mean, I would go into her room a lot and cuddle with her and comfort her and be there for her. But we didn't sleep in the same room. So, after I got to like the fourth season, she had come in there one night and started watching it with me, and she got really into it. Later on, it got to the point where we had to start over from season one, uh, which I don't mind. I actually enjoyed watching movies with her. I enjoyed being there with her, and that is weird. Is that like loose skin from losing weight? Like all over my face. I've never noticed my skin be like that before, other than on my arms. That is weird. I need to stop doing that. That is disturbing. Um, but anyways, she started watching it with me, and we had started over from season one, and I enjoyed my time with her. I really did. I'm sorry I keep on bringing this up. Every little thing I do seems to remind me of her, and I, I do miss her very much. And it's already been 4 or 5 months now. Normally I'd be over a girl by now and moved on and found someone new, and it must be love, it must be love. I fly like an eagle, smile like a dove. You must be the feeling. Oh, what a feeling it must be. Alan Jackson's pretty good. Um, but yeah, I definitely recommend y'all check out the show. Everyone who I've ever showed the show to has drawn an interest to it. Um, and like me, has become addicted to it. It was a show that started, what was it? It was from 2011 to 2017. And they're making shows of it. It is on, if you get Amazon Prime TV, it is on there. Every season of it. It is free with Prime. Um, I actually use my mother's Prime account, even though I'm not living with her. At the Even though I'm not living with her, I use my mother's Prime account because I ain't going to spend money on that. I mean, it's free with a phone plan. With a certain phone plan, it comes with that phone plan. But and that's how my mom got it, was through her phone plan. But I'm not going to spend money like that, so I just use her. Still her Prime account. Not really stealing, because I do ask her for the password and she gives it to me. Um, but still, I'm basically stealing it because I'm not willing to pay for one on my own. And if she stops paying for it, then I won't pay for it, even though I use it. Um, but it is on Amazon Prime movies, TVs, and it is free with a Prime account. There are movies on there that you would have to pay extra for the movies and extra for the channels, but but all the seasons of Teen Wolf are free, and on there. So I'd definitely check it out if I were you, but I'm not you, so you do what you want to do. I'm actually starting to get tired. I don't know why, so I'm gonna get off here.